This is Valley News Live at noon.
New at noon, the drivers have been identified from a serious bus crash in Clay County that injured 4 children. Driver of the bus, 61-year-old Todd Kepes from Ada, was traveling eastbound on 190th Street North when driver of the pickup, 30-year-old Joel Shipley, failed to yield and crashed into the bus. Now, the children involved have been released from the hospital and are recovering. This investigation is still going, and once it's completed, will be submitted to the county attorney to determine those charges. Well, Cass County deputies are investigating a deadly shooting in Castleton. They got a call shortly before 2 this morning from someone who said they shot someone at the 568th 37th Street Southeast address. Sheriff Jesse Johnner says the shooting happened inside a building by Club 94 and that the 2 people knew each other. Deputies and paramedics performed life-saving measures, but the victim later died at the hospital. The suspect is detained. Well, it's a pretty warm and breezy Monday. Not a bad start to the work week. So let's go ahead and check in with meteorologist Lisa Green to see what to expect. Lisa, happy Monday if that's a thing.
Well, sure, it's a happy Monday. We've got beautiful weather out there, so we can be happy about that. Lots of sunshine. It is a little breezy, and that's going to continue into the afternoon. Here's a look at our area conditions with a live view of all that traffic going by, lunch hour traffic here in South Fargo. So temperatures are working their way up. We're in the 60s here at the noon hour. Fargo's at 63, plenty of sun. Grand Forks 61, and Fergus Falls all the way up to 68 degrees to kick off our afternoon. So nice and warm. And here's a look at those winds. They're coming in out of the south, and that's the driver for this warm up here. We're seeing wind gusts into the 20s right now. Our peak gust in North Dakota, 25 miles per hour in Jamestown, and then up in the Roseau area, we're up to 26 miles per hour there. So starting to get going here heading into the afternoon. So a breezy one, but look at all this clear sky. We're looking out west to see some of those clouds that will kind of work their way slowly eastward. Those are those areas where you see a little bit of gray moving here on our black and white version of our satellite map. Hopefully you can make those out. But yeah, we'll see a few more clouds making their way through the valley this afternoon. But beyond that, it's just looking fantastic. So here's a look at our planner. Expect temperatures to continue to climb. In many places in the valley, we'll get back into the low to mid 70s. And then the clouds move in. And we've got some changes ahead for tonight, including a chance for some perhaps rain, snow mix coming up for midweek. So details in your 7-day planner in just a couple of minutes.
I was just about to say, are we really going to say it's fall?
I think fall is here, but today feels a little more like summertime.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Lisa. Well, new for you at noon, an update involving booster shots for COVID vaccines. Pfizer's booster is still the only one authorized, but an FDA panel has voted to recommend an additional half dose of the Moderna shot for seniors and those with high-risk health conditions 6 months after their second dose. For those who got the Johnson & Johnson shot, the panel went further, recommending boosters for people 18 and older at least 2 months after they were vaccinated. Research suggests J&J's one-dose shot has been less effective than other vaccines. All this has led to questions about whether it's good to mix and match vaccines if you got the J&J shot. There's no official word yet, but an NIH-funded study did find a stronger antibody response for J&J recipients who followed up with Moderna boosters, up to 10 times higher than those who followed up with a second J&J shot. Now, we may get more information later this week about who should get the J&J and Moderna boosters when a CDC advisory panel meets. Well, Colin Powell, the first black U.S. Secretary of State, has died from complications from COVID-19 at the age of 84. His family says he passed away this morning. Powell's leadership in several Republican administrations helped shape American foreign policy in the last years of the 20th century and the early years of the 21st. His family says Powell was fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Well, if you're having trouble finding all the items on your grocery list, blame it on supply chain problems. Chicken, coffee, and diapers are on the short supply list. Also on the tough to find list, toilet paper again. Record level congestion at the nation's busiest ports, along with a shortage of truck drivers and global pandemic related restrictions, is making the movement of goods difficult. Now, a big reason for the supply chain slowdowns across the country is from the lack of truck drivers to haul cargo to customers. The shortfall of drivers is expected to grow, reaching 100,000 by 2023. That's helping drive the industry's push towards an autonomous future, and it may not be that far away. Earl Barnett recently rode in a self-driving semi to see what's ahead.
The world's hottest auto race has no one behind the wheel. Truly autonomous driving companies like TuSimple and Waymo are competing against a slew of startups like Aurora for the future of our roads.
The Aurora Driver doesn't get distracted. It doesn't drive home after having one too many drinks. It's not sleepy.
These more than 35-ton autonomous semi-trucks are now moving goods between Dallas and Houston, a first for their client, FedEx. We hitched a ride in a test run on the busy I-45 with the company's VP of Partner Programs. And there's the acceleration.
Yeah, because we've trained it to operate like a human would.
FedEx runs have 2 safety drivers in the cab. It looks like we're about to turn.
Yep.
Can you put your hands up? That is very interesting. The key is its guidance system, comprised of several mounted cameras, plus radar and LiDAR, which uses lasers to read the road. There's another truck coming right to our left.
So it decided not to take that lane change because it saw it.
2023 is Aurora's target to hit the road without any drivers. If I'm a rideshare driver or a truck driver right now, am I watching my replacement?
No. Definitely not. There are driver shortages, right? And so there is way more demand than there is supply.
Is 2023 a realistic goal for this company?
I have my doubts about that.
Former NTSB Chairman Robert Sumwalt says government approval will rely on fail-safes.
The real key there will be making sure that you've got multi-redundant systems. That will be critical. But these systems are actually developed by humans, and the human developers can't always anticipate each and every scenario.
When the system saw a person walking their dog along the highway, we did witness the truck change lanes, unlike its human counterparts.
We've built this system to operate safely and with conviction, but courteously as well.
Proving the polite potential of an automated world. I'm Errol Barnett in Palmer, Texas.
And Minnesota Catholic Diocese, embroiled in controversy, now has a new leader. Pope Francis is anointing Father Andrew Cozens to be the next bishop for the Diocese of Crookston. The former bishop, Michael Hopnaer, resigned after Pope Francis requested he step down over multiple sexual abuse cover-up accusations. Cozens will be installed as the new bishop on December 6th. Well, Walmart announced today that it's bringing back its month-long deals for days in November. And it's feeling pretty nice outside. There's no complaints here. Weather up next to Plan Your Day with Lisa Green.